I love to travel, and this pandemic has really clipped my wings over the past year. So I've started feeling a bit restless, shall we say? And then I thought, I could take my viewers on a world tour. Can you guess where we're going? Little hint here, little hint. Perhaps if I said bonjour. Yes, our first stop is France. So for our French dish, I have decided to make steak au poivre, which just means steak with pepper. Pepper steak. It sounds so much better in French, doesn't it? I'm doing a different take on this. I'm making it with a pomegranate port wine reduction because that sounds really good. Okay, in the bowl, I have different colors of peppercorns. I toasted them on the stove and then I crushed them. The easiest way to do this, really. I did a mortar and pestle, but it takes some elbow grease. Just put it in a baggie and smash it with a meat mallet or a rolling pin, much easier. First, what we're going to do is salt our steak on both sides. Now we're just going to take our cracked pepper. You don't want to grind the pepper, it's got to be cracked. We're just going to press this onto our steak. All right, so we're going to set this aside and let the pepper work its magic. Now, in a small saucepan, we're going to add our pomegranate seeds. I call pomegranates nature's rubies. I just think it's so beautiful. We're going to add enough port wine just to cover them. We're going to simmer this on the stove. You want this really hot to get a good sear on that steak. We're going to wait for it to actually start smoking a little bit before we add the steak to the pan. Okay, the oil is starting to smoke a little. We're going to add our steak, and remember, when you put anything in hot oil, you put it in away from yourself so that if the oil splatters, you won't get burned. All right, this looks ready to turn. Oh yeah. Look at that. All right, this is ready. So I'm going to reduce the heat. We're going to take the steak off and let that rest. Now I want to pour off the fat. And now we're going to deglaze the pan with our port wine mixture. This is going to splatter, so get ready. Woo! I'm going to let that reduce a little bit. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of butter. And just let that melt. You want this to really, really reduce. And now we're just going to pour in a little bit of cream. I'm using light cream. Give it a little taste. It's a little bit on the sweet side, which is what you want to balance out the spicy, peppery flavor of that steak. Now right here at the end, I'm just going to add a little salt. That looks good. You see how it's leaving trails in the pan? So it's nice and thick. Coats the back of a spoon. We'll give it one more little taste. And that's ready. And there is your steak au poivre in a pomegranate port wine reduction. Join me again tomorrow as International Week continues. I'm not going to say where we're going, but I think you're going to like it. And become a subscriber and ring that bell so you don't miss out. We're traveling all this week. You don't need a passport and you don't have to wear a mask. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? I'll see you then.